What?
I've been drinking Kool-Aid cameras like I did when I was 9, cause I like to pretend that I haven't lost the time. In the end, the nostalgia, though it tastes fine, I can only drink a couple cause it feels like a lie. We'd play Halo and we'd lay low in our basement until the sun began to rise. We would go to school but not learn too much, cause it's hard to read when you've got tired eyes. Months go by, the time it flies, past the days that we drink Kool-Aid in the summertime. Years go by, the time it flies, past the days that we drink Kool-Aid in the summertime. I still got my friends, they've been with me for some time, and it's nice to know that they still by my side. Friends are like stars, cause no matter how far, when it's dark outside, they will be your light. We'd play Halo and we'd lay low in our basement until the sun began to rise. We would go to school but not learn too much, cause it's hard to read when you've got tired eyes. Months go by, the time it flies, past the days that we drink Kool-Aid in the summertime. Years go by, the time it flies, past the days that we drink Kool-Aid in the summertime.
Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. This is episode 3 of Beyond Streaming. My name is Tevin, and if you guys didn't know, this is my lovely co-host, Lainie. Today we have a special guest. He is a competitive Warzone player, and he's just a go on the sticks from what I've seen every time in the stream. His name is Kyle. We'll be going over the future of Warzone, the state that it's in, what to expect from Vanguard, and just everything else with Facebook Gaming as well. I know he's a Facebook partner in that, so we'll get a little in depth with that. But if we can bring him onto here. Kyle, hello.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
What's up?
So when did you start getting into Warzone?
The day it dropped, actually. I played a little bit of Modern Warfare in the beginning of the game when that first dropped. Found out that they were dropping a BR, and then instantly knew I was dropping everything. Got into it, fell in love with it. The first game I ever played on it, I actually dropped a 20 kill game, and I was like, "Wow, this is my year. I'm in there." And then I just went downhill from there. I started sucking for like a week because I had to like learn the whole skill gap and everything like that. But from the jump, I've been playing it since day one.
Nice. Did you play Blackout at all before? Or
I did, yeah. I played Blackout for like 2 years. Even when like that game fell off and like the new CODs came out, I kind of got sick of multiplayer and just played
Mhm.
Blackout while all the
Now,
other
do
CODs came out.
you have a preference on out of the two?
People hate whenever I answer this because like it's such like a
It's controversial.
yeah, it is. It's like it's diehard Blackout fans and then diehard Warzone fans. So like in terms of enjoying the game, I like the mechanics of Warzone a lot better, like the movement, like
Mhm.
it being on PC, like you have way more frames,
Mhm.
stuff like that. But I will say Blackout was a lot more fun in terms like you can just get on with your friends, laugh, have fun, not have to
Yeah.
get sweaty and all like that. Like Warzone, you got to be locked in all the time because like the
Oh,
TTK and
absolutely.
like all that stuff. But
Oh,
Blackout,
yeah.
you could just have fun.
Yeah, because I tell everyone, I feel like it'd be the perfect BR if we had like the engine from Warzone,
Yeah.
but like the looting system of Blackout.
Exactly. I agree 100%.
Get rid of the classes, let
Yeah.
just the gun skill come into play, and
100%. 100%. That's exactly how I feel.
See, I couldn't stand Blackout. I
What?
would try and play. I could not stand
What?
it. I would try and play it, and I swear I just couldn't. I couldn't
No,
last 5 minutes in it. Warzone, absolutely love it.
really.
Blackout, no.
Damn. People are gonna get upset.
What?
People are gonna get upset in the chat. I already feel it. I
It's
already
okay.
feel it.
I'm okay. I'm ready for the hate. Give it.
But I've been playing battle royales for like a long time. I started playing BRs on H1Z1, so that's
Oh
why.
wow.
Yeah, so like it's a perfect mix. When Blackout and Warzone came out, it was just a perfect
Mhm.
mix of like I grew up playing Call of Duty, and I got sick of Call of Duty when H1Z1 was a thing, and I started playing BRs. So then like a mix of Call of Duty and battle royale, just perfect fit for me.
What do you find so interesting about the whole battle royale? Just like the feeling of battle royales.
Every game is different. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
as much as like it can get repetitive sometimes, like you never know what gunfight you're gonna get into. Like you
Right.
land here, something happens, like you just can't predict the situation you get in. That's what it keeps me intrigued all the time. It's just every game is different.
Right. It's
Now-
it's a complete different
Yeah.
vibe from
Yeah.
Every game.
multiplayer.
You never know
Now-
what's gonna happen.
So,
Right.
how did you discover like the competitive side of Warzone? Like, can you go a little in depth what that's all about for those who are pretty unfamiliar with it?
I don't remember exactly how I got into competitive Warzone. I know they used to do kill race tournaments. So, like,
Mhm.
you would get a group of people, like 2 or 3 people. You'd be on the same team, and they would give you, say, 3 hours to get your best 3 games. And
Mhm.
whoever, at the end of the 3 hours, whatever teams had the most kills and would win, obviously. But I don't remember exactly what tournament it was in. But I do remember the first major tournament I ever got into. I was playing with FaZe Swag. I got lucky enough. He picked me and my brother up to play with him, and that was kind of the first tournament that kind of put me on the map for competitive Warzone. I didn't play that good, but it was just like an exposure thing.
How'd that come to be? How'd you
It was
have your name out there for him to choose from?
So it was the Syndicate Sunday. Syndicate was hosting the tournament, and the rules of the tournament was every captain had to pick somebody from their community. So they would tweet out, and it was like they would tweet out looking for 2, whatever. It has to be someone from the community. Like it can't be someone they usually play with or something like that. And I responded to Swag with a video of my brother and I that I uploaded to YouTube of us playing duo quads. And like it was like a crazy high kill game.
Mhm.
And he just said like, oh, they're brothers. They got chemistry. I guess right place, right time. And he just picked us up.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, got lucky. A little bit of luck involved.
What helps you get into the mindset when you go into a tourney for Warzone?
You want the honest truth?
Yeah.
I usually play
Always.
like so
Lay it all out.
I'll go live on stream, and then I'll play like some Megan Thee Stallion or something and just start twerking everywhere. Just letting it all out, just jumping on the wall.
Just letting loose.
Yeah, I just got like because like if you overthink it and you start thinking like I'm gonna do this, and then like you just think too much and you play. So I just go live on stream, play some girly songs, and have a good time.
Throw back a
That's
couple
awesome.
Trulies.
Yep, couple Trulies. I don't tell the teammates, but yeah.
Yeah. That's the secret behind playing
Yeah.
good in Warzone.
Mhm. Can't overthink it. It works like everything, like gaming in general. Even if you're just playing multiplayer pubs, just I try to tell people all the time that ask me for advice. Just don't think about it. Just go.
Mhm.
Right.
Just have fun. At the end of the day.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
usually well, that's how the game is. You
Mhm.
can't really predict how the game's gonna go anyways. You can't predict, like, what's gonna it's like multiplayer, you can tell how
Yeah.
people are gonna play. It's the
Mhm.
same thing every time,
Yeah.
but
Just like you're
Exactly.
Warzone,
saying,
yeah,
you
you
never
can't
know what gunfight you're
really
gonna
prep
get.
yourself. You just kinda gotta
Yeah.
go in, do it, get it done with.
Exactly. Like, and that's why I like surrounding myself like with like my brother, for example. Like we can laugh about things, and then people that I usually play with, like we'll be in a tournament, like may say like 100K tournament, and like we're
Mhm.
laughing. Like you gotta make sure you're having fun at the same time because it's a
Yeah.
battle royale. Like sometimes stuff you can't control,
Yeah.
the RNG
Oh, yeah.
mechanics and stuff.
The more stressed you get, it's just gonna make you play
Yeah, play
worse,
worse.
so
There is
Whenever
such
I
thing
get in my
as
head, it happens like that all the time.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
there is such thing as trying too hard.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Doing too much.
I know that feeling.
Absolutely.
I do
um,
that too much.
so did you start streaming before Warzone and everything else? Or when
Yeah.
did you start around?
My first ever stream, I think I was a sophomore in high school, so that was 2014, I believe, is when I first ever streamed. I started off on YouTube and I was uploading like Call of Duty videos, like Black Ops 2, Advanced Warfare, just really dumb stuff. Like it's on a secret channel that I have private, and I don't like. It's so embarrassing whenever I go back and watch the videos. But uh, the first ever stream that I got into was probably H1Z1. Was when I started like getting a little bit of a following and stuff like that. Found out
Mhm.
about like gaming, and it's actually something you could do as a career. But I was streaming well before Warzone though. Yeah.
What made you wanna do streaming in the first place?
I don't even know, to be honest. It was a little bit of I always played video games,
Mhm.
so I knew I was really good at that. And then also, I like the idea of like when I was watching other streamers and like people in their chat would be like, "Oh, you helped me with this. Like, you made my day better. I'm going through this. I'm
Oh,
going through that." And like just like I've always been someone that liked helping people, so like I wanted to impact people's days however I could, if I could. So that's why I fell in love with streaming. And then meeting people across the world. I grew up in a small town, like very, very small town. Everybody thinks the same way. And then when I'm live on Twitch, I'm meeting people from across the world. They're telling me their culture, what they go through. It's just, I love it.
so
Now,
wholesome.
what was the first platform that you did start streaming on?
Twitch.
On Twitch?
Hmm.
And so then what introduced you towards the Facebook gaming world? Did you like kind of go there
It was,
once they started that up?
it was actually recently. No, it was very recently. It was, I got approached by Facebook, or not Facebook itself, but like a company that works for scouting for Facebook, Beva
Mhm.
Media. And they approached me and my friend, and they were like, "We think you'd be a good fit to the Facebook gaming program as a partnered streamer." Da 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 da. We went over it, and the incentives were very, very good. Like, I don't want to like bash anything. I still stream on Twitch, and I love
Mhm.
Twitch. But
Mhm.
like the incentives on Facebook was like 10x of what Twitch offers, and like it's just I was like, I'm gonna do it, and like part of the contract was it wasn't like an exclusive one. So as long as I met the requirements monthly there, they would still allow me to stream on Twitch because most of my following was on Twitch. So,
Mhm.
but it was
You
very
still do
recent.
the Facebook streaming or
Yeah,
no?
yeah,
Okay,
I do both. So I don't have a schedule for it yet. Usually I stream on
right,
Twitch in the morning, and then whenever I'm feeling it, I'll stream on Facebook at night.
right.
So how
Nice, nice.
do you have like two different, like not two different communities, I should say? And how do
Mm,
they mesh knowing like one community's
Um,
on Facebook, the other's on Twitch?
so for the most of the time, because I'm like new on Facebook and the following is, I'm still trying to grow it up a little bit.
Mhm.
Most
Mhm.
of the following on Facebook is all my people from Twitch that'll
Oh,
come over.
nice.
There's a couple people on Facebook that are new that don't know about Twitch yet, but
Mhm.
I'm having a hard time realizing like how to get them to go to both. And
Yeah,
I don't want to sit there on stream and be like, "Hey, go here, go here, go here." I just want it to like be natural and organic. Like if they want to watch me here, they can watch me there. If they want to do
right.
this, they do that. Stuff like that.
So
I'm
it's
still learning.
confusing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm still learning too because like I said, it was like 2 or 3 months ago that I started streaming on Facebook.
what is to you, what is the difference between Facebook streaming and Twitch?
Um, Not really a difference in terms of how I feel because it's still me playing video games, talking to a camera.
Right.
But I have noticed that like the Facebook algorithm is a lot better than Twitch. Like
Mhm.
if you're consistent on Facebook, like if I did a trial where I was streaming at the same time every day, and there was so many new people from Facebook that were coming into the stream. And on Twitch, it doesn't really happen like that. Twitch, it's like you got to get your following on a different platform and then tell them to go to the stream. Like there's not often you're streaming on Twitch, new faces come in all the time. Like it's not really a reach on Twitch, but Facebook is more supportive in that way, where they push their creators out to find new people to find them. It's actually really dope.
Oh, okay.
Is Warzone what you're primarily known for on Facebook as well, or do you ever tend to stream anything else?
No, I only stream Warzone on Facebook.
Even
I really
on
only
Twitch?
stream. Yeah, I'm really only play Warzone. I'm picky when it comes to games. Like my friends all try to get me into all these other games, but I just can't. Like
So like
You
with
don't ever
Apex
see
and
yourself-
everything else
yeah.
out there, is there no interest towards it?
Apex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to play it. So I played every BR that you could think of. I've played it like whenever it drops. If it was a mainstream BR, I would consider myself a battle royale, competitive battle royale player.
Okay.
So I started off playing Apex. I played it for like the first month or two, and I was gonna go pro in that game, and then it died. Like they didn't really support it that much in the beginning in terms of like the seasons and stuff like that.
Mhm.
They neglected it for a while, so it died to me, and then went back to Blackout, and then Warzone came out. So whatever
Would
the
you ever
next.
try? Sorry, I didn't mean.
No,
to-
you're good. You're good. Go ahead.
Would you ever want to try YouTube streaming or no?
Yes, I say this all the time on stream. I don't know if I get in trouble for it, but I think YouTube is the future. Like YouTube gaming, streaming videos. I think YouTube is the future of
I
everything.
know it seems to be a lot of people are making the move towards
Mhm.
YouTube slowly, but
I want to at some point. I definitely want to go towards YouTube. Like that's end goal. Like
Yeah.
Twitch, Facebook. I was trying to get a feel of everything, learn what it is about that, and then next year I want to focus on YouTube 100%.
oh yeah. What advice would you give to someone who's going to start streaming and doesn't know which platform they should actually start up on?
I would say if you have like a friend group or whatever you've been on the most. So, for example, if you watch Twitch the most and like a couple people, like you go into chats, you recognize other people, I would stream on Twitch. But if you watch YouTube the most and people kind of know you're part of the community, stream on YouTube. Same thing with Facebook. It's whatever you're really most comfortable with.
Right, yeah. Because you're kind of already building like a community
Yeah.
when you're watching
Mhm.
streamers on Twitch.
Exactly.
You're
There's
meeting
like
people.
yeah. There's a right way of going about it. Like I don't recommend going into streams that you've been a part of and being like, hey, by the way, I'm getting
Yeah,
into streaming. But like streamers, but for myself and like you guys probably stream whatever. Like if someone's in your chat every day, like you can kind of build that relationship with them, and then like you already like that person. So like it's just there's a way of meeting people and networking the right way without saying you're actually a streamer. Like just make
Hey, I
friends
just
that way.
started up streaming, so why don't you come
Yeah.
by?
Leaving a lurk while I stream.
That's always the best line. Is like, hey, I'm a lurk. I have to go stream. And you're like,
Yeah.
all
But
right.
just whatever you're comfortable with, honestly, and start it. Don't procrastinate it. In the beginning, when I started streaming, I was overthinking. I was like, I need the best webcam. I need to make sure like the walls look good. I got the lighting. Just stream. Just have fun, and try to do it at the same time every day. Like I'm fortunate enough where I can stream whenever I want. But like if you're in a situation where you can only stream an hour a day, 2 hours a day, just try to do it at the same time whenever it is. If it's after school, after work, whatever it is. Consistency is big. I struggle with consistency.
Me too.
I can't.
I have a schedule and I still can't keep up with
Yeah, I tell like I'll say I'll be live in an hour, and then like 3 hours later I'll be live. It's bad.
Yeah, that's how I am. I'll always have people in chat like, all right, you were 2 hours late today. You were an hour late today.
Exactly.
I'm like, I can't help it.
Exactly.
Have you always been on PC when it came to streaming, or did you ever stream on console before?
I streamed off my PlayStation for a little bit of Blackout.
Okay.
Even before Blackout, when I was playing like multiplayer Call of Duty, stuff like that, I streamed from console for a little bit. But my original setup was a Mac 10. So I don't recommend doing this, but like I lied to my parents about getting a computer for college. So I cashed all my savings bonds. I was like, yeah, it's for school because I need this certain laptop for school for like my major. So they let me cash all my savings bonds. I don't know if you guys know what those are. Like when I was younger, like family members would give us savings bonds. And it's just like a certificate, and like every year it would grow up in value. So like I just cashed them all. They were for school. So I said, oh yeah, I need this laptop for school. So I had a MacBook, and at the time, Elgato and Apple products weren't like designed to go well for each other. So every hour or 2 hours, like the computer would crash while I was streaming. So like it was just a thing that was known while I was streaming. It was like, okay, an hour 45, it's gonna crash. I'll be back live, stuff like that. But that was the original setup. It was annoying crashing every 2 hours, but went from that streaming on the console, and then finally being able to get a computer.
Yeah, I think that's what made me transfer to PC because I used to stream off console as well. My Elgato would crash, and there was just one day where I was just fed up. I was like, I'm getting a PC. Like that's it. Like
I'm
I
at
can't
that
handle this
point.
anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
no.
still on a PS4 original, so it's like
yeah. I remember my first ever PC was like $500, and it was like the most stinky PC, but it was so I could stream from that and just have the Elgato and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Warzone is the first. Oh no, H1Z1. Never mind. I streamed and played off one PC, but it was very bad. The quality was horrible, stuttering, everything like that. This is the first PC I have now that is like actually decent. That's able to handle everything.
And so you stream and play off of one PC.
Yeah, I want to get a dual PC, but it's quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so going back into how you're in the competitive Warzone side.
Mhm.
What is, say you got a tourney tomorrow, what
Mhm.
is your daily routine going into that tourney, knowing that you
Yeah.
have like a bunch of shit on the line, like a big prize money or anything?
Okay. Like the nightly ritual, waking up and getting ready
Yep.
for it. Okay. I'll listen the night before. I'll listen to some. I'll listen to some sad music. I'll listen to like Juice WRLD, whatever it is, sad
Get in the
music.
feels.
Get in the feels. Get locked in and be like, this is why I'm doing this one. Wake up. I wake up in the morning. I sleep in a little bit. Like say tournaments at like 3.
Yeah.
Wake up in the morning. I text my boy Anthony. That's my best friend. Text him, be like McDonald's. He's like, yep. Every tournament day, McDonald's. Go to McDonald's.
Routine.
Routine. 2 McChickens, nuggets, large Coke. Sit in the parking lot. Just laugh, have a good time. And then get home, regret eating McDonald's because I feel like shit. Or feel like crap. Sorry, feel like crap. And then get on and play. That's really it is.
So participating in all these tournaments, how do you feel about the current state of Warzone, knowing with money on the line and everything else? What's your thoughts on the current state of Warzone?
It's horrible.
Yeah.
I'll just be honest, man. Warzone, like as much as I enjoy playing competitively, like there's no competitive integrity when it comes to Warzone, and there hasn't been for a long time. Like there's so many loopholes and cheating and all this kind of stuff that goes into tournaments with Warzone, and like the lack of support from the devs, Activision. Yeah, it's bad, man. Like for winning hundreds of thousands of dollars, and there's like this whole time there's a router you can get that gives you bodies.
Yeah.
And then every customs tournament, someone gets exposed for cheating. It's not in the best state. It's fun.
Yeah,
I love the game. Don't get me wrong. I'm absolutely like in love with Warzone. It's like a love-hate thing, but in terms of the competitive integrity, it doesn't exist.
Now, with the anti-cheat coming up, how do you think that's going to change the future of the game?
I hope it's good. I really hope it's like an actual legit anti-cheat, because it could save the game and bring it back, but at the end of the day, there's going to be a lot more they need to do than just like an anti-cheat. Because as much as like myself and the big streamers, we're always talking about cheaters and stuff like that, but there's a larger player base than just the top competitive players. You know, they're going to need to do a lot more than just an anti-cheat to save the game. But it'd be good for competitive wise. Competitively, it'd be the best thing ever.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Do you think that they always did have it in their back pocket? Because like when the moment Nick Merckx and everyone started like switching to Apex, they're like, oh no, we worked on it last year, we just haven't released it. Do you think, or do you think it's like a last ditch effort? Like, oh shit, we actually should probably do something finally.
Yeah, I think it was a last ditch effort. I've been playing Call of Duty for so long where like I know they do the bare minimum every year. Like they just want their. My thing is, so I would say, whenever they come out with a new COD, they're like, we just need it to be relevant for 4 months, 6 months. After the 4 or 6 months, we'll start teasing the new COD. Everybody will get all excited and hyped. So I think it was they put out Warzone just to put out a game. Didn't think it was going to blow up. It blew up like it did. Everybody's in love with it. All that kind of stuff. And then anti-cheat cheaters are getting bad. Streamers are starting to leave, so then they're like, "We've been working on it for so long." Like,
we just want to perfect it to bring you the
they,
best.
they're very good at tweeting stuff out to like make people think that
Yeah,
it's
they've been
gonna
listening
change.
this
string
whole
you
time.
along
Yeah.
and make you think, oh,
They-
here,
Mhm.
something's coming.
They're-
Don't go anywhere yet.
Yeah, as much as I have a love-hate relationship with them, they are very good at marketing. I'll give it to them. They are very smart with what they do.
Yeah.
All right, I just have to hear it. What are your thoughts on the ground loot this season?
Trash. It's horrible. Like who sat down and decided that? What dev was like, this is a good idea? Like, it's the worst it's ever been. I think. I don't think there was a season that was worse than this ground loot.
Oh no,
It's horrible.
not at all.
I'm doing scavengers now. I gotta do scavs to get a loadout. I usually just land. We just land somewhere, get enough money, like use the ground loot for a little bit. Like now you need a loadout. It's trash.
Oh yeah.
It's bad.
It's booty cheeks.
I'm the one that gets stuck with like a riot shield that comes out of every freaking loot crate.
Yeah, that's what I'm
or I
saying.
get a
The
little
M82
pistol.
sniper.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm like, what the heck is this shit?
it's bad now too because in custom tournaments they're starting to ban a lot of the ground loot stuff, and like the ground loot's already bad. So like I played a tournament one time and there was a couple things banned. There was like RPGs banned and stuff like that, and it was the only thing I had. Like I couldn't. You have to leave the guns on the ground, and then like somebody else lands and gets like a gold gun. You're like, oh well, here, come kill me. There you go.
I think that's what happened. I did a customs and I banned RPGs, shotguns, riot shields, and everyone's like, that's all that we get in these
That's all you get.
I'm like, I'm sorry.
Everyone's running around with pistols.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Yeah.
Now,
funny.
do you have a favorite meta, like a season? Where do you think like the best meta was?
Yep.
You're about to say it confidently. I'm excited.
I say it every stream. I have my display loadout to pay, like, because I miss it so much. The first ever meta that I fell in love with was the M4A1 no stock meta. Like there was like a couple weeks before. Yeah, there was a couple weeks before they nerfed it because like if you were good at the game, you could just be fast, like run around mobility, and it would beam if you're good with it. So no stock M4. I miss it so much. I think it was the best time ever.
What do you think was the worst meta?
The stoner one, man. The last season and this one now. I hate the stoner. I don't know why. Like when I die to the stoner, it pisses me off so much.
I have never been a fan of the stoner.
It's the worst.
Another meta I actually loved, it was the FFAR, when you could use it as a secondary. Because like it was just so easy to use, like that and the AUG when it was just like a 2-burst thing. That was a fun time as well.
Oh yeah.
Hate the stoner. Bruin, hated the Bruin meta.
Yeah. There's people they will run around with those thermal I think it's the M82s.
Yeah.
They started doing the thermal stoners now. They're just running any LMG with thermals, and I'm like,
LMG.
What is this? What TikTok came out that like showed
it must be the
this
Xbox players, man.
It must be.
Oh no.
You know what? I forgot about it because like it's been so traumatizing that I had to force it.
you blamed it.
Yeah, it's like when you go through a traumatic event, it's so bad that you get it out of your head. It was the goddamn fire shotty, bro.
Oh, the doof.
Oh my
the doof for like 3 seasons, or was it 2?
The doof. It was 2 seasons.
Yeah.
That one was bad. That
was the only time I never ran.
I was in PTSD right now.
I think I gotta go. Thank you guys for having me on.
I'm kind of short, actually.
On that note, Kyle's out. Okay, so we've seen a little bit of the new Pacific map coming in after the release of Vanguard. How do you feel about that?
I'm excited. I usually don't watch a lot of trailers when it comes to games and stuff coming out because I want to just be surprised, but I did end up watching it. And what we saw, I didn't see a lot of buildings, so there wasn't going to be a lot of people camping on like the 14th floor, having to worry about going up the elevator and getting killed by 4 kids watching it. Yeah, downtown. I'm very excited about it. Hopefully it doesn't bite me in the booty for being very excited, but I'm looking forward to the Pacific map a lot because it's been stale lately. I'm not gonna lie. Like this season and last season was kind of stale when it comes to Warzone content. Like I'm sure a lot of other creators and streamers can agree. Like we're just gonna keep uploading loadout videos. Like what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go like this on the thumbnail and be like, the kilo's back, like for like the 15th time. You know?
Yep.
I'm really excited for it. I think hopefully, like I was bashing Raven and Activision, but it seems like now they're kind of like starting to realize what they need to do to keep a good game. Like they've been moving pretty promisingly, been running into less cheaters.
Yeah.
Still dying to them, but it's a lot less. It used to be like 10 a day. Now it's like a couple every other day. And they seem to really be focusing on what we want as players. And I hope Pacific is close to Blackout. It kind of looked like it was Blackout vibes.
Yeah, it definitely looked like the map layout of it as well. So
I'm excited for it. Nice. It'll be even if it's not that great, it'll be something refreshing, like I'll be happy with it regardless. I could play it.
The times I do stop in your stream, you've always been on Verdansk. Is there just something you don't like about Rebirth or anything like that? Because I know everyone who rages from Verdansk is like, I'm only doing Rebirth just because.
Yeah. But it's like an inside joke on my chat. Like I talk trash on Rebirth all the time. Like I'll play it, and like it'll be fun until I start running into kids all 4-manning on Rebirth. So I don't like it. I I always be like, it's trash. Like you play that trash, you're trash. Like when I was little, I liked Rebirth, and then I grew up. But like it's a meme. Yeah, it's pretty much jokes when it comes to Rebirth. But I don't play it personally, because most of my viewers and following was from Verdansk. So like if I switched to Rebirth, there'd be a few people that watch me, obviously like the core people, but it'd be like starting over again like that. Plus competitively, there's not really a lot of tournaments on Rebirth. Like there's a couple customs and stuff like that. Also, I like grinding the kills leaderboards. Like I think I'm top 250 right now in the world for kills on Verdansk. Nice. So if I go to play Rebirth, it doesn't count towards it.
Taking time away.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense then.
Just cowards play Rebirth, Just cowards.
Well,
I'm kidding.
I'm a coward and I'm trash.
I know. I'm kidding. I just do it for the memes on chat. Because like a lot of my people in my stream love Rebirth, and I was like, play it. So like I just say it to like stir the pot,
Yeah. See, I used to just play strictly Verdansk, and I hated Rebirth. I hated the whole like the spawn back, basically. Yeah. I hated that.
I think part of me knows I'll fall in love with Rebirth, so that's why I pretend to hate it.
Oh yeah,
I know it's a good game mode. Like jokes aside, I know it's fun. You know what I mean? It's a good map.
Find some people to play with, and then you just
exactly. That's why I know I'll fall in love with it. So I pretend to hate it. I'm like,
up. Yep.
Well, you don't want to get too close. You don't want to get attached.
Yeah.
I
got squads now. Now I can't get away.
Yeah, I know I'll fall. A lot of my good friends switched to Rebirth, so now I'm like, God. I'm just playing.
You're in Verdansk.
I'm just alone in Verdansk, having no friends.
Now, have you played any of the Vanguard beta with it out right now?
I played a little bit of it. Last night I played like a couple hours with it with my friend Stevie and Sin. It was actually fun. I don't know. I'm actually looking forward to it because I'm in love with the Modern Warfare engine, like the movement and stuff like that. Like absolutely in love with it. From the second Modern Warfare and Warzone came out, I was like, every Call of Duty in the future should have this movement. Keep it like this. Move forward. So that's why I hated Cold War, because Cold War doesn't have it. Trash, whatever. Trash. Movement's trash. So Vanguard, I'm actually looking forward to it. I wasn't going to grind the camos and prestige race, whatever stuff like that is. But after playing the beta, like I'm excited for it. It felt good.
Oh, yeah.
So how do you think the weapons are going to fare with the new Pacific Island?
I don't know.
Was there any gun that you had a favorite? Any gun that you preferred?
During the beta?
Yeah.
The MP40.
Oh.
I hope. I was
Lainie just discovered that gun today.
Oh,
yes. Lainie knows what's up. Yeah.
I went off.
I every day before I go to bed, I pray that gun is going to be good in Warzone or Pacific. Like sometimes when guns go from multiplayer to like the BR, they're not good, but like I pray that gun is good.
It's just a meta weapon off the rip.
I miss it so much. I remember like those guns bring me back to like the old days of Call of Duty, like getting out of school, playing like World at War, stuff like that. Like I miss them. MP40, Thompson, SCG. Like hopefully they're good.
Now,
did you play the beta? Did you guys play a lot of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the movement so far. So far, it's good. TTK is a little ridiculous sometimes.
It's fast. I thought it was fast.
There's times I get obliterated. I'm like, what did I just happen to me? But other than that, I enjoyed the movement. I enjoyed the weapon so far, and it was like fun again. So
It is fun. It doesn't it bring you
Yeah.
back to like the just having fun, just memories, nostalgia values.
Oh yeah.
Are you
Yeah,
guys
I
gonna do?
couldn't stand it at all when I first like the first 5 minutes of playing it, I couldn't stand it. And then like took me a second to find my gun and I found the MP40 today.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
now I'm like, okay, now I'm ready for this. Now
You
I
should-
want this now.
Tell Bon Jovi you guys want to do a prestige race.
Yep, it's gonna
Prestige
happen.
race.
Mm.
It's gonna
SKIRATA Gaming race to prestige. Be the first team to do it.
Oh man,
Beat everybody else.
Oh, we'll show
it'd
him
be
who's
intense.
Mhm.
Well, now I think that's about it. Tevin, do you have any more questions?
No,
No?
I do not.
All right. I guess at this time we will start taking questions from chat. If you guys have any questions at all, welcome, Spencer.
Hello. Man, you guys
Howdy.
are catching me off guard, man. Doing this a little bit early today, but that's all right.
We are on
Well,
time.
Bon Jovi, you look good.
Thank you. Don't
Yeah,
look too bad
you look
yourself, man.
good. Yeah, you
No. I'm liking that LA Thieves shirt, but
Thank you, Papa.
no, I I want to begin by, of course, giving you a big welcome to our YouTube channel. And for those of you who might not already be familiar with Kyle, he's been a friend of mine for about 2.5 years now. I met him in the early days of Blackout, and been a big fan of him and his brother and the whole community ever since then. And so to finally have the BR King himself on the podcast and talking about Warzone, about streaming, it's really cool. So appreciate you, Kyle, for being here.
I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome.
Now,
Thank you.
I'm going to, again, chat, for those of you that are watching live, be sure to just ask away. I'll highlight them on the screen if you guys have some good questions for Kyle. But I would like to begin with a question from, myself. You mentioned that you have a private YouTube channel with all of your
No.
all of your content.
We found the one off limit question.
Right. Well, I'd kind of like to know, and I'm sure a lot of people in the VG world would love to know how many retweets it'll take to get an unlisted link to that channel.
So I say it's private. It's actually public. I just forgot to log in. So I say it's private. I say it's private so nobody goes looking. You know what I mean? No one goes like.
Well, now
But
we're going looking. So
I'll give it. I'll give it. I don't really
Hey,
care.
don't worry, guys. We'll have it linked in the show notes.
It's
after
like
the fact.
Oh, yeah.
it was so bad. Like there was a video that I did where like I don't know why I thought it was creative, but it was like an objective player based video it was Advanced Warfare. What was the game mode with the ball? You would throw it into the goal.
Uplink.
Uplink.
So I was like, dude, I'm gonna make a cool video where like cool uplink jump shots. And like in the intro of the video, I put ketchup on my hands, and then like acted like I had no thumbs, and I was like crying. I was like, oh, I have no thumbs. If you have no thumbs like me and you can't shoot, like here you go. And it was so embarrassing. And then I did challenges where like every time I died, I had to eat like one of those sour heads, whatever they're called.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had, like 10 of them out at once. It's just like when you look back when you're younger, you're like, oh, cringe. Like who let me do that?
That's
great.
super funny. Well, we'll begin with a question from Mr. Ulysses Crawford, here also known as Scrata Zero. What's the most important part of balancing competing and streaming? Really good question there.
I'm actually still trying to figure that out. I struggle with balance. Like my entire life, I've been struggling with balance and stuff like that. I would say, I don't know, just try to set days. A lot of people say set days. So like this day I'll do competitive, this day I'll do that. Because I am at heart a very competitive person when it comes to like gaming, sports, stuff like that. But also I love the idea of having a community and a family, and I can't interact with my chat when I'm competing all the time. But when it comes to balancing, I struggle with that. Like I'll go on a week or two of just strictly competitive, and then like the numbers will go down a little bit, and then I'll go back to creating content again, having fun and stuff like that. But then the urge to compete comes back out. So I'm still struggling to find a balance. Not gonna lie, I'm sorry, but I don't have the correct answer to be like, Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, well, that's
It's very hard for me. If anybody has tips, I'm all ears.
Yeah, by all means, we'll highlight your advice in chat if you've got any of that.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm not
Well,
consistent, so like I'll try to stream competitive in the morning and then streaming content at night. But I won't wake up and then I'll stream all day, just whack.
yeah, that's definitely tough. Okay, well, we've this is not really a Kyle question. How many members now in SKIRATA from Scortus? Probably 25 to 30, depending on how you count. If you're including people who are inactive versus actively streaming and doing YouTube and stuff like that. So I'd probably say I'd lean toward the 25 mark, but we are definitely looking to increase that number as we go forward toward Vanguard and Pacific and the other games that we'll have coming out in the fall. So yeah, we've got 25-ish, but we're looking to always grow that. So
I remember I used to always tell you to get Warzone streamers and Blackout streamers. I used to say, get the VR content creators.
Well, and it's kind of funny because especially in the last probably 2 months, we've definitely drifted more toward Warzone, and the Call of Duty YouTube world is just in a really weird place right now. Like the Cold War just doesn't pull views anymore, and it's been kind of like a steady decline as people have lost interest in the game. Not that there was a ton to begin with, but I mean, compared to where it began, it's really dropped off. And you see a lot of creators who have been on multiplayer throughout the whole run of the game that are now going to Rebirth and even Verdansk, because the viewership is there. And if you look at our YouTube channel and you pay attention to what we're uploading, whether it's Cold War versus Warzone, Warzone is always going to probably triple or quadruple the views of a Cold War video, unless it's really a good breakthrough, maybe at the beginning of a season, or just get lucky with a meta weapon or something like that. So, I definitely think that that's good advice to get into Warzone, and we've definitely been moving in that direction. And with the feedback from multiplayer and Vanguard, I'm not going to say too much about what people think of that right now, but I think the Warzone move will probably continue.
I have a question actually. So I'm kind of not in sync with like the whole multiplayer community anymore. Is the general community fan of the Vanguard beta, or people hating it?
Well, it's real love hate.
Really? Yeah. It's still like split community, like 50-50 still?
Yeah.
I'm not even sure. I don't know if I would say 50-50. Well, I didn't want to get too far into this, but I will. I'm a fan of it to an extent. I think, like any beta, there's a ton to work on, and some of the graphics issues, like the sun and the different parts of the map that just go flying off into space, and there's all kinds of stuff that they need to work on. But on the whole, I think it feels decent. People just don't move. People are playing like it's they're back on those massive MW maps, and they just kind of get their corner. They pull out their little sniper, and they just sit.
Gotcha.
Especially in the bigger game modes like 18v18, people just corner camp the entire game, and that's how they get their streaks. So I think that right there is the biggest drawback. But it's definitely a pretty big divide between the people that like it and the people that don't. I know a lot of us have just tried to keep an open mind, and we'll play it when it comes out and hope that they've made some good changes after the beta. But it's definitely. I've been enjoying Warzone lately, but I'm gonna see how it plays out. But I think that the community is pretty much as divided as ever when it comes to that issue. Now I'm not gonna try to pronounce your name. I'm really sorry.
This is my boy Friday.
Okay, Friday.
Call him Friday. Just call him Friday. Yeah,
Friday from the VG4L community. Why does Kyle like bagels so much?
Listen,
good question.
I'm sure everybody else can vouch for this, man. Like, bagels are good in the morning, at lunch, at midnight, 3 a.m. Like a bagel with extra cream cheese, just easy, simple, hits a spot.
Yeah. No, dude.
Do you like bagels and peanut butter?
I have not tried it. I've been told to try the bagel and peanut butter.
So good.
I've never tried it. Usually I do like English muffins and peanut butter. I've been afraid to try it with bagels, not gonna lie.
Oh my gosh, just you wait. Your bagel life.
Because I put like a pound of cream cheese on it, like extra cream cheese, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'll try it. I'll try it. In honor of this podcast, I'll try it.
Do you have a
Thank you.
favorite kind of cream cheese, or do you just like the plain, normal Philadelphia?
Philadelphia, just plain
okay.
Philadelphia.
Yeah, you got to have enough on when you like take a bite. It leaves like the teeth marks and the cream cheese.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Wow, that was really off topic.
But everyone knew what you were talking about.
Yeah,
Everyone.
Dude, no, you got to have plenty of cream cheese on your bagel. All right. We've got a recovered one here. Also a VG member, as far as I know. VG meaning Veto Gang for
TJ
people. Yeah. How has your interactions with your mods or veteran community members affected your mindset over the years in terms of motivation, enjoyment, and of turning on the camera? So that's a good one.
It's been everything, to be honest. If it wasn't for my mods and everybody else part of the community, I wouldn't turn the community on. Like whenever I'm in a bad spot mentally, which I'm pretty open about whenever that happens, like I hit go live and they're always there for me. I really never experienced people believing in like what I believe in. Like when I started off gaming and streaming, it was like family members always had something to say. Like I was in like relationships at the time would end because of that. Like I wasn't going out hanging out with friends. So like it was very little support when it came to gaming and streaming. And then I met people that were in the streams, like my mods, like they'll text me, they'll check out me, they'll like do this or this or this. And it's new to me. It's a surprise to me, but everything. They're the reason why I'm motivated to do this, because I don't want to let them down, because they believed in me when sometimes I wouldn't believe in myself. So everything.
Yeah, no, that's really, really big, and it's definitely true that I think we've all kind of struggled to get our IRL people on board with kind of what we're doing, whether it be friends or family. Just trying to explain it to people who don't really know like that there's a career to be had, whether it's in streaming and content creation or more the competitive side. People are just kind of not. There's the generational gap with like our parents and grandparents and those people, but even our peers, it's just kind of like a very different thing. So having those mods and the core community to keep you going day in and day out is really cool.
Yeah, even if you don't want to be like a pro player or a streamer, it's like I know it's an escape for a lot of people.
Yeah.
You get home from work, home from school, and there's gaming and having friends online is just escape from reality.
Yeah, for sure.
People don't really agree with it.
We got a question from Steve. You gotta love that man. Who's pushed you to keep up creating content and keeping up with the meta changes to make TikToks and YouTube videos? What inspires the creativity? Kind of goes with the last question.
I feel like he wants me to say him, because this guy sends me TikToks of weird loadouts every other day. So I think he wants me to say him. Hence the meta changes and stuff like that. But in terms of like a deeper level, who has pushed me to keep creating content? Actually, you know what actually helps me? I don't tell anybody this, but like every time on Twitter, I see Bon Jovi either like or retweet the thing that says you're gonna die one day.
Yes.
And I'm like, yes, and I'm like, that's like motivating itself. Like I'll be like lazy one day, and then it'll say liked by SKIRATA Bon Jovi. I'm like, this motherfucker. This guy, he is right. He is right. So like that's like that motivates me too, because like you think about it, man, like life's short, so I'm gonna upload these videos and try.
Absolutely.
I'm inconsistent. Yeah, I'm inconsistent
I called him
with
out
it.
for that shit on Twitter too. Because
Why?
I only first started seeing that post when I joined SKIRATA.
Yeah.
And I would just see it like just a normal tweet coming up on my timeline, and then I would see it like another 5 minutes later, SKIRATA Bon Jovi. Like, okay, and then the next day I saw it again. I'm like, yo, we gotta talk. I'm seeing this every single day.
Yeah.
Well, daily reminder.
Yeah,
that's funny. It's true. It's the truth,
daily
though.
reminder.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah. No, and I mean, I get so much crap from people for that, and I've noticed that the number of people that I follow who have in turn followed that page.
I did.
I have.
I mean, there have been probably 24, maybe more people that ever since I've been retweeting that, which has been like a year and a half now, they've all gotten on board. So, it's definitely, puts things in perspective, and a lot of us can just kind of waste our time day in and day out, like doing stupid stuff that, you you lose track of the big picture, and you stop treating every day like a gift. And well,
100%.
you gotta keep that in mind. So I know people think it's
100%.
kind of morbid or like they get uncomfortable by it, but guess what? That's uncomfortable. That's life.
Yeah, I feel like
It's life.
I take a lot of things for granted, so I'm trying not to take things for granted,
Yeah.
and it ties into that.
So we've got a question from Jacob here. For everyone, what's your goal for yourself in a year from now? Good one.
I want Bon Jovi. You go first.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
Well, we're gonna have 10K on this damn YouTube channel. We will. I mean, no doubt about it. There will be 10K in a year. Personally, I haven't quite figured that out. I'd like to bring back my own YouTube channel, but that's kind of dependent on whether or
No
not
Star Wars, man.
No, it all depends on whether.
Wait, you missed his lightsaber that he showed us earlier.
Oh man,
Oh,
I think
dude,
he has to
maybe-
do it now.
Guys,
Yeah, I think you got to show it for the podcast.
I think
I'm not pulling out my lightsaber.
I never
on
thought I'd
screen.
ever ask this, but will you please pull out your lightsaber?
No, we will
Somebody
not
ask
be
it,
doing
please.
that.
When the YouTube channel
I said,
hits 10K, you gotta upload a TikTok. You using
Now
the
everyone's
lightsaber.
gonna wonder. Everyone's gonna be curious.
No,
Chat said so. One's in the chat. One's in the chat. Don't give them a choice.
Yeah. Well, look, but maybe to celebrate 10K, I'll do that. But yeah,
Okay.
10K on SKIRATA for sure. In addition to many other things, and then I'd also like to bring back my own channel on YouTube. But
Awesome.
what about you guys? Lainie, you got anything?
Nothing specific. I never really thought that far ahead. I just kind of like gone with the flow. I don't know. Maybe just like grow my community. That's all I want to do.
That's awesome.
Anybody else?
Tevin, Kyle.
I want to be at least at the 1,500 to 3,000 follower mark in a year from now, and then hopefully get my YouTube channel a lot more active. Right now, I'm getting like my feet wet in it, kind of starting to dabble into it, and then just get the editing up and more consistent on TikTok, and then just hopefully just keep growing that community.
That's awesome. I set goals that are like very high for myself when it comes to stuff like that. So like in a year from now, I want 100K on YouTube.
There you go.
I want I don't know where I want to be partnered, but I want to be partnered full time on some platform. I want to have like a content house with some of my friends. That's probably the top
That'd
of the
be
list.
great.
Top of the list is a content house with some of my homies and some other gamers and streamers. And then I don't know, just be mentally in a very good spot. Focus on that kind of stuff, like just physically, mentally. Can't forget about that.
I would pay big money to see you and Tony and Dylan and Steve in a house.
That'd be so dope.
Maybe throw Red Hood in there for good measure.
Yeah,
No,
it'd be so
get
dope.
the whole gang in there. All right, this is all in jest. How many likes to join SKIRATA?
69.
69? Oh, we could do that overnight. Well, all right, we're going to need something a little more challenging for next time. But
Oh wait, sorry. I thought not bad. Go ahead, you pick the number. I was just joking. I was just joking.
And our next member already.
yeah,
I was just joking.
Yeah, man, he didn't even think that was a real thing, and you're getting him on board. Come on, Zero. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, we got a lot of commentary about Vanguard here in the chat. People are excited for zombies and campaign. I'll definitely play campaign. I'm not a big zombies guy myself. Hopefully, multiplayer will be okay. Okay. This is a good one from Friday. What was your family's opinion on you full-time streaming? Very specific.
I'm not gonna sit here and act like they didn't kick me out of the house or anything like that. So when it came to my mom and my dad, they loved me as their kid. If I was happy, I was gonna do it, but also they had to see something out of it. So like, I was working a little bit. I saved up. I used to work at a grocery store. So what I did is I worked there. I saved up enough money to pay for some of my bills. So like I saved up like $5,000, whatever it was. I don't remember. It was a while ago. And then I quit, dropped it all, and went to it. It was definitely a lot of pullback from it because like I said, that generation doesn't understand it. But they didn't kick me out of the house. So for that, I'm forever grateful for. But my other family member, like my non-immediate family members, they had a lot to say. I would hear things like, "Oh, you don't want to be like your cousin." This. Like, family parties, it was like, the cellar dweller is out of the house, stuff like that, like just regular stuff like that. But in terms of my mom and my dad, they were always very. They didn't understand it, but because they loved me, they let me decide it. And recently, not too long ago, my dad came out and he was like, "Hey, I'm proud of you. Like, you might not think you're working hard, but like, I wouldn't be able to sit in front of a computer for as long as you do. And I hear how you're talking to people. Like, you're good with other people. And like, I didn't realize it kind of made me emotional because like my dad and I we don't talk about our emotions that much. So like this whole time, I thought he was like whatever, but like he actually believed in it all, stuff like that. So it wasn't the end of the world when it comes to my family's opinion. My brother, my two brothers, my sister, my mom and dad believed in me. That's all I really needed. So like my immediate family members, my friends all had something to say, but that didn't really matter. I had the core.
Yeah. As a follow-up to that, would you say there was any, was there like kind of like a turning point where your immediate family kind of saw that like, you know, that you really enjoy it and you're taking it seriously and like maybe, like something that I guess helped them kind of get on board with what you were doing, apart from just like you being the son and loving you, you know, but was there just anything that like any conversation, and you don't have to like go into depth or anything, but was it a chat? Did they like watch your stream long enough and kind of see what was going on? How did that work?
It was the numbers that did it. Like when my TikToks started like popping off and is like getting like 100,000 views and like millions of views and stuff like that, then they're like, whoa, what the heck? This is so cool. Like this is my baby cousin. Viral. Yeah. It's like, this is my baby cousin. Like I always knew you could do it. Like stuff like that. And I was like, family members being like, oh, he's actually doing it. Like, like I knew you could do it. But it's like, I think Warzone was the turning point because that was really like Blackout. I was kind of known, but Warzone, I kind of got my name out there a lot more. Like my stream started doing good, and like I could also start paying for things. So like I was able to go on vacations with them, buying own stuff. So like that was kind of the money. Unfortunately, like the money was kind of like why they were like, oh, he's doing it. It's like it's not fake money. They used to always think it's fake money. Like they would be like, what do you mean? Like this is like the crypto. They would like, oh, it's fake money. You're not who's paying you? Like my grandfather's and they'd be like, who pays you to play video games? Like how are you getting money? I'm like, subs, gifted subs. No, where's the check? Where's the cash? So that like family parties were always awkward. Like I saw Anthony in the chat. Family parties were awkward for like they're still kind of awkward because like I'm very open with my mindset and like I said earlier, growing up in a small town, it's like people all think the same way. Like where I grew up, it's like you grow up, you go to college, or you work for your family's landscaping business, stuff like that. So like my immediate family stuff is very like straight line, do what your family does or go to school. So, and I always hated that mindset. So I didn't get along with a lot of people. Like I just pretended like, yeah, I agree. And I used to pretend like I was going to school. I'd be like, yeah, I'm taking online classes right now, Grandma. Like it's okay. Like I'm oh yeah, my aunt asked me, yeah, I'm taking real estate classes while I do it. It's just on the side.
Real quick.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta tell people what they want to hear, you know, just to chase your dreams. And then look at.
Yeah, well, it is kind of unfortunate that it comes down to money at the end of the day, but I mean, we just live in a world and a society that's so, you know, driven by that. You get out of school and it's like, all right, you know, what's your job? What are you applying for? Okay, you're going to college. Well, what job are you going to get after that? And it's like, you know, so very hard to see things in other ways. And then something new like streaming where our parents' generation and grandparents sure didn't have anything like that. It's just very hard to get on board with that for sure. Going back to Friday, this is a nice one. Does Kyle know how big of a difference he's made in his chat's lives? Because we can all say Kyle has put a smile on our face and has kept us happy when we couldn't smile.
Dang.
I agree with that.
Dang.
Good vibes only.
Those messages like that is probably why you guys all do the same thing I do, you know, like just having the opportunity or the chance to make one person's day better, man, means the world to me. And I tell them, I chat all the time, man, like as much as they tell me that I make their days better and I give them a smile, they save me. I hit go live and I'm smiling because of them. Like I wouldn't be me if it wasn't for them. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. But I love you, Friday.
Yeah, that was really good. You've always had great vibes. I mean, the number of clips that I've made in that stream of you just doing some goofy stuff, like,
Every time I
think,
forget about it, and then
oh,
you send me a clip or something. I'm like, I didn't do that.
yeah, like I know there's definitely been some twerking at some point. There's dancing. You shaved your head with Anthony, which is a great one.
You never know what you're gonna get. You never know what you're gonna get.
Right.
No, guys, seriously, if you haven't checked out LolKyleV on Twitch, on Facebook, on TikTok, you better do it because
We had him
YouTube.
opening
He's got great
Trulies
content.
at fucking 10
10
a.m.
a.m.
Whoa,
Yeah.
And
Yeah, these two showed up in his stream and got him to
First
day drink.
time in the
That was,
stream, and
I got a
that's what
text message.
happened.
something.
I got a text message like, "Oh, you're day drinking now." I was like, chat made me do it.
Blame it on chat.
Yeah.
I'll take
Yeah.
full blame.
I mean, I'm okay with that. I don't care. I know I'm a bad
I knew what I did.
Yeah.
The
We're
best part
having
was like
fun. We're
it
having
was like
fun.
when Megan she like added us and she was like, guys, he's streaming, like go talk to him. And then Spencer was like, they have him day drinking right now at 10 a.m. So
Yeah, come on, Megan. You've been missing the party. No, that was a really good one. I laughed so hard. It didn't take long for you guys to get him started. Now, I did miss a question from Anthony, which is kind of sad, but we kind of touched on this. I think it goes with the the thinking ahead and the long-term goals. But what's next for VG, the whole Vito gang? What are we doing?
Ties into the content house is something I really, really, really want to do, but that's obviously a long process and very far away. I've really been inspired by what you guys are doing. I want to start a podcast too, not to like say it, but
No,
but
I
I really
great.
I want to start a podcast with Anthony. But in terms of VG, man, I've been trying to make sure everybody's good, take care of each other, focus on stuff outside of streaming a lot lately, just mental health, physical health, making sure we're all taking care of each other. I don't know. I don't plan a lot of stuff when it comes to that. I'm kind of living day by day right now because I used to always overthink, like, what am I going to do tomorrow? What did I do yesterday? Stuff like that. So it's kind of a cruise control right now, but VG is preparing for the Vanguard Warzone integration, and then once that happens, it's
Love to see it. Taken right off.
I'm gonna VG Basketball League. I'm gonna break TJ's ankles. This guy's like he's like
Oh
50 and he
God.
thinks he's better than me, man.
No shot. No shot, dude.
I learn a lot from what you guys are doing. Me and Bon Jovi don't talk that much, but we've been friends for a while. But I do see what you guys are doing and I get inspired. So kind of whatever SG's doing, I like VG. Kind of believe in the same stuff.
Yeah, no, I know you've been flirting with us for a few years now, but it's all love. I've always loved what you guys have all been doing over there, and it's your Warzone content. I mean, you were the one, chat, for those of you watching or listening. This guy was the one that got us going on YouTube Shorts before it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally before anybody big in the community was doing it, before it even had an option like on your app and stuff. He was telling me, this is kind of a low-key thing. They're only doing it in certain parts of the world, but you got to get in on it because it's blowing my channel up and you guys can benefit too. And so
it saved my YouTube. I almost gave up on YouTube.
Yeah, well, for a few months, not even a few months, a couple weeks, I kind of put it off and I was like, I don't really know about this. And then I looked into it and I thought more about what Kyle told me. Multiple times he brought it up to me and I said, yeah, we're going to go for it. And it did really well. So for those of you that are interested in getting into content creation and growing your platform, Shorts is big. I can't recommend that enough. And I guess I do have another
I want to get into IRL content. That's why I really want to.
Yeah.
I love gaming and Warzone and stuff like that, but I really want to start getting into like vlogging and stuff like that. That's a next step for VG too. I forgot to mention that, but I really, really want to show my personality more than just some sweaty gamer. I don't want to be known for
stream.
Yeah, I don't want to be known for like, oh, he's a good Warzone player. I want to be known like, oh, he's cool, good personality. Like we all, bigger than gaming. I always had this vision for VG to be bigger than gaming.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that clip of you, I don't know what was going on with you and Anthony in that shot that you were like that you were dumping into his mouth. That was the
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
listen, guys, it's all PG, but like like seeing that in a YouTube video or whatever, like you two just kind of doing some dumb shit would be really funny. You guys are great, but like more on the VG side of things. When are we getting VG bandanas or headbands or something? Like
I know, that's where it all
we need the
started.
merch, man.
That's
We
where it
need
all
the
started.
merch.
Honestly, I don't even know where to get started to do that. And I know you were gonna help me with it a couple of times, and I was like,
yeah.
I was like, yeah, and then I just like put it off. I'm very bad at following through when it comes to like merch and stuff like that. Like a lot of people ask me to do it, but I feel like I'm not at the point where people would really care. Like I know there'd be a core people that would want to buy the merch and rock it, but I want it to be at a point where like I want it to be perfect, and then I want it to be like a lot of people would actually enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't want to rush it. I want it to be like at the right moment, because I relatively think I'm still very small. Like I don't think I'm ready for merch yet.
Yeah, well, when the time comes, you can bet that I'll be pre-ordering because I've always wanted one of those bandanas. But
I use it to hide my forehead, man. You gotta bring them in.
Just don't shave your head again.
Never again, bro. I don't know why.
Oh man, if I was thinking, I would have saved those photos and pulled them up here. But it might be for the best that we don't do that. You guys can dig them up if you really want them.
They're buried in the internet, buried deep somewhere.
Yeah. Now Steve here said, "I played semi-pro soccer Friday. You better watch out." Any thoughts on that?
And we're not scared of them. Semi-pro. We're pros over here.
That is facts.
We're not scared of Stevie.
Get him out. If ever Kyle or SKIRATA come to South Africa, I'm here. I'll take care of you. It's a long way from home.
South Africa.
That's
make
crazy.
Sure I'll make sure everybody in here that is from VG, make sure you guys check out everybody part of SKIRATA, man. They're a good team. Very, very solid team, man.
Oh man. You're too kind. You're going to make us all blush here. No, but you guys have been great. Always very supportive. And like I said, I've always been happy to help out when I can. And look, your expert opinions are always welcome with me. Whether it's shorts or whatever, you got the insider knowledge somehow. You love to see it.
I just get lucky.
There's a bit of that for sure. There's a bit of that. All right. Well, I think we're winding down on the question side of things. So I will say once again to you guys, whether you're watching or listening at a later date, make sure you check out LolKyleV, as in Vita Velli, on Twitter, on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. He's everywhere. Give him a follow. Great content, great vibes. And maybe we'll get him a truly partnership or something in the next year.
There you go.
Get us in there.
Next move.
That's what's next for VG. Truly lemonades.
Yeah. Well, again, appreciate you being on here, and I will let the beautiful co-hosts show us out. But
thank you guys for having me, and this has been awesome.
Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
Appreciate you having you.
You two are awesome, man. This was a lot of fun. You guys are the best. I was a little nervous. I didn't know what to do, but you guys are awesome. You guys are very welcoming.
I told you it would go smooth.
Yeah, you did. You did. No, you guys are awesome. This was fun. You guys got something good here. I really enjoyed this.
Thank you. We appreciate you. And guys, if you aren't following him, go give him a follow. Go show him some love. I don't know what's going on there.
The dog.
And the dog.
Everybody like and share. Like and share because of the dog.
I was trying to keep that from happening, but it happened.
What's the dog's name?
Lou.
That's so cool. Like the stream for Lou. Like and share
now I
for
gotta
Lou.
go spend time with him.
Like, share, comment for Lou.
Yep.
Just drop Lou in the comments, actually, so I know you watch this podcast.
It's all Lou.
I just want to see Lou all over it.
It's a Lou cast now.
Lou show. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping in today. I hope you guys had a great time, and I hope you guys got all your questions answered. If you're not, please go follow Kyle on Twitch. We're going to find that YouTube, that secret YouTube channel. We're going to get that going. Anyways,
Oh,
have
boy.
a great night. We will see you guys
On
next
episode